What's up, everyone? Good to see everyone. I just did an Instagram live for a few minutes to get people's opinion. Instagram is not great for to get to actually find out people's opinions on things. The way that the comments appear, and because it's all done on the phone, it's just not conducive to getting people's comments on things. So yeah, go Lakers, Alan. Somebody asked me do I like the Lakers. Well, I like the Lakers when Wilt Chamberlain was playing for him, and Jerry West, 1972. I like the Lakers. I like the Lakers later after that when Kareem and Magic were playing for him, and. But I don't really have much time for basketball these days. Although I did watch a little football today. Couldn't believe that the Cowboys pulled out the game. That was really unbelievable. Those couple completions they had at the end is unreal. So, anyways, can I hear Holdsworth and Eddie's playing? On some things, yeah. I can hear a couple, some things, yeah. Definitely. Not a lot. I mean, Eddie says he was influenced by Holdsworth, and I hear it on in certain areas, but it's really interesting that Eddie would have actually been turned on to Holdsworth's playing. I don't know how that happened. I mean, Holdsworth had done solos. I mean, if you knew the first UK record, which came out in '78, so right when Van Halen was coming out, but you'd have to be. I mean, maybe he heard Soft Machine. I don't know. It's hard to tell what people knew. What people knew back then. What's up, Rob? Thank you. I'm doing well. It's tough to know what people knew. I mean, I knew Holdsworth then. Why wouldn't Eddie Van Halen know him? I guess. So I was talking to my brother a little earlier. We were talking about attenuators, or not attenuators, but variacs, which are variable transformers. That's what Eddie used. He talked about to control his volume. He used it instead of an attenuator. Attenuator goes between the speaker and the head. The variac, or voltage controlled transformer, goes between the plug and the wall. It plugs into the wall, and you can vary the voltage to the amp and bring the volume down. And he said that that's what he'd use as volume control. He would turn the amp down. I think he said it varied on the gig how low he would turn it down. Depending on how big a place he would play in. But that's where you get. You start to get a lot of gain. It's interesting because I have a plexi. I have two plexis. One is a heavily modded Jose Hernando mod plexi, which really has a Van Halen sound. And I have a hand-wired plexi as well. And I have a 1971 JMP. The plexi, and I have a Jubilee and a JCM 800, and A bunch of amps like that. A lot of these big amps. And I have a Park, 100-watt Park head, and I have two Park heads, two different ones. My Plexi though, that's unmodded. When I use that with the attenuator, um, it um, and I gain it up a lot. It has great gain. Really has great gain. It doesn't sound like Eddie's tone though. It doesn't. I don't know. I'm gonna try. I've never tried a Variac, to be honest with you. I'm gonna pick one up. So I was talking with my brother, who's an electrical engineer, about what kind to buy, and so he was looking. We were talking, and he was sending me links, and he said, "What are you doing with this thing?" I said, "I want to use it like Van Halen did on the amp to lower the voltage." And he said, "Well, how many watts is the amp?" I said, 100 watts. Hey Jim, hey Ron, and I said it's 100 watts. He said, "Well, you're going to want a 20-volt attenuator." He says, I think that's what he said, 20-volt. And they're they Eric, you're an electrical engineer too. Is that right then? Does that sound right? 20-volt attenuator. Um, so I want to try it out, make a video on it. I'm curious though to go back and forth between my Jose Hernando mod. I was talking with Pete Thorne a little while ago, and Pete has a Jose Hernando modded, well, that Dave Friedman did for him, modded amp. And I've got an amp with a Jose Hernando mod. So I'm curious to see how that sounds compared to the Plexi on, with the attenuator and the channels bridged. How come I never do any videos on the Beach Boys? Are they blockers? I don't do many videos. I mean, I haven't done any videos on the Beatles, really. I don't know. Uh, it's hard to say who's going to block videos. It's just not. I hate to say it, it's not worth spending the time on a video if it's going to get blocked. What's up, Audrey? It's just, I can't justify spending an entire day. I can't justify an entire day on a video that may go up go up and come right back down immediately. So that's what I think there. So I was talking on Instagram about getting ideas for maybe doing another video about about this reimagining the solos like I did time traveling. Elliot, you did a Herbie connection to Bartok, and you get hit with a copyright notice, but not a strike. Yeah, it's the the strike thing is it's interesting. I was I was on someone else's live stream. Who was it? Michael Palmisano a couple weeks ago, and he was playing something Genesis or something, and the stream started to get blocked. And I'd never seen that before. Midstream it started getting blocked. It was biased up while using a Variac. You should ask Dave about it. Sounds like your brother knows. It's a 20-volt Variac, David, is what my brother said. He said you wanted to get at least 20 volts. So, Eric, with any transformer, neglecting losses, the power of the primary equals the power of the secondary. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds like something that my brother was telling me. Although my brother had to tutor me in algebra, my parents made him, and he always made fun of me. He's so stupid. I can't believe he can't. We were just laughing so hard. We were just laughing. Oh, I was talking to my two sisters and one of my brothers. My brother, he's a college professor now. He's the electrical engineer. He teaches computer engineering, but we're video chatting, and Dylan was in on it, and Dylan says, he goes, yeah, I never asked my dad for help in math. I always ask my mom. My dad can't do any math. What does he mean by 20 volts, the variation range? I have no idea, Eric. I didn't know what he was talking about. I should have written it down. Running the Variac over the correct amount will roast the transformers. Don't do it. I assume you mean running it above 120, the voltage being 120 volts, right? If anyone knows the exact kind of Variac I should buy and want to email me a link and send me an email, that would be great. Because I don't know about them. The ones I was looking at seem to be about $80 or so, something like that. So Ron, you're saying correct, meaning above 120, yeah. We're talking about Eddie's use of a Variac on his Marshall, yes. He says he did it to, he said that he did it to bring the volume down because it was so loud, which I don't doubt. Ron says use the brown box. I looked at the brown boxes, and it looks interesting, but would not make for a good video. I want something that is really that you can just turn down while you're doing it. I'm sure Eddie didn't rebias his amp. I'm sure he didn't know how to bias his amp. He probably just turned the knob until it sounded good and dealt with it. I mean, probably later he did. Sal says he discovered it by accident. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you believe. You have to. He says he never used any distortion pedals. He never, He says he didn't have money for effects, but he used, he used a Phase 90. He used a, he used a Phase 90. He used an MXR flanger. He used an Echoplex. He had the Variac. I mean, a lot of different stuff. The amp was stock, no mods. Well, there you go. It's going to be a very chunky looking thing from Variac. I've used the ones that are transformer based. When he wasn't, he went through transformers and valves. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if yeah, I saw Tim's video too. It was very good. I'm reading the comments right now. So I'll try it. I'm going to try, yeah, the Univox Tape Echo. Right. On the first album, there's definitely a lot of uh, where Eddie would just turn the bias knobs all the way up. When the tube red plated, he would just change the tubes. Yeah. Um, yeah, we're going to try it out. We're going to see. Commercial music student here, graduating in a year. Anything I should keep in mind as I start looking at internship opportunities at studios? Well, just they're hard to find. So they're very hard to find. Amps sound best right as they're about to die or the tubes are biased hot. Probably need a fan to cool the head off. Yeah. Well, yeah, EVH was not a degreed electrical engineer. I know, exactly. Be forewarned, you can change your amp sound forever doing this. It reforms the cabs, and when you take it back, it's not going to sound the same over time. Um, Can do a list of Eddie's top 10 techniques. You know, there's so many videos out like that now. I think I've said what I feel like I want to say about Eddie now. I did really those couple posts in a row. And yeah, so I yeah, so I'm gonna let it go. I think for now. I mean, I've done a lot of Van Halen videos. Done a lot of Van Halens. I did two What Makes Us Sound Greats. I did a video of the Van Halen effect. I did the Stairway to Heaven video. I probably have done about, I bet 6 or 7 Van Halen videos. You suggest not doing it if you like your amp right now? You can always have them fixed. EVH would bias high. I'm going to call Dave Friedman. I'll just ask Dave because he knows this stuff. Maybe I'll just have Dave Friedman in the video and we can talk about it. He gave me the idea on the string video. He's like, you should do that video on the thinner strings. Will I ever do a video like the Bach one? Again, that's a great question. I'm going to answer that in a second. Guthrie interview. Guthrie wrote me back and he said that he's not really doing interviews right now. I heard back from Guthrie probably about 3 weeks ago or so. So we'll try. I'll try him again after the first of the year. Yeah, the Bach video. I mean, the thing about the Bach video, God, that was a fun video to make. I mean, I went to Germany. I went to Leipzig. That's why I did that video. That is I mean, that's one of the reasons I did that video. It was I mean, how many times am I ever going to be in Leipzig? I may never be in Leipzig again. So that's one of the reasons that what happened? The Lakers win or something? Fourth time leading the Lakers to the championship more than 90 days. Okay, interesting. There you go. So yeah, so I went to Leipzig. That's why the Bach video was why I did that. That was amazing. God, I want to do stuff like that again. I want to do more videos like that. What's up, Monty? Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I really want to do some. I'd love to travel to Europe again. I was going to last summer. I went to a year ago, May. So, what is it, like about 15 months ago or so? I went and taught at with Elliot, who was just on the stream a little bit ago. I went and taught in Italy in Alba for a week, and I was going to stay for the Toman Gearhead University, I think is what they call it, thing. And I was going to. It was about a week later, so I would have had to have stayed. I was already in Italy for a week. Then I was going to go to Germany, and I was going to go to. I was going to do a video on Beethoven. So I had plans on going to Berlin first, then traveling. Well, I was gonna do a bunch of travel. I want to say there was like a week between or so. I was gonna go to Vienna, go to Bonn, go to because I had a car, and I thought about doing that. But I ended up I couldn't stay any longer. It's tough to be away. That's when I went to that big music store in Italy. Oh, that was so fun. Yeah, but the Leipzig one, I walked through the church. That was great. Oh man, it's so cool. So cool. I took more footage. I almost had enough video footage for a second Bach video. More classical, please. I will. I'll do some more classical videos. I really should. I will. That's a great idea. See, that's why I came on here tonight. I'm like, I need some ideas. So it was only a year ago. Seems longer. I know. Isn't that crazy? It was a year ago that I went. It was in May of 2019 that I went to Leipzig. Crazy, right? Wait, is that right? Hold on, let me think. No, 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 no. That's not right. No, I went to Leipzig. I'm sorry, in 2018. I'm wrong because I went to GitCon 2018 in November. Okay, this is right. I can't believe I forgot this. So I went to GitCon in what's the city there? Machnoikasian. Is that what it's called? I can't pronounce it right, but it's I want to say it's on the Czech Republic border. It's in Germany, but that's when I met Pete Thorne there. I met Phil X. I met tons of people. Oh, it was so fun, and I stayed. I stayed an extra couple days, and I went to Leipzig. That's why. Yeah, that's right. Um, was that when I interviewed Andy James and Rick Graham? No, that was when I went in uh, March of 2019. Oh, geez. I think March of 2019 I went. Um, yeah, March of 2019. I went over to see my dear friend Christian Henson, who is one of the owners of Spitfire Audio, Christian and Paul, which was a great time. And I went out to dinner with Rick Graham and Andy James. Oh man, that was so fun. Those guys are hilarious. That was so great. And I think it was January of 2019. So I went in November of 2018 to Germany. Then no, March of 2019 to London. Then I went to Italy in May of 2019. Right? We're in 2020. That was the last time I went to Europe before this. Then in 2020, I went to NAMM, right? Man, that's almost a year ago now. It's crazy. Totally crazy. Larry, Rick Swingfield dominated 20th century music from jazz to rock, even some Van Halen, but rarely hear it anymore. Even in modern jazz, will swing make a comeback? I'm sure. Yeah. Jilly Eilish, not eyelash. Oh, you won't be going back for a while, Ricky. I know I won't. Yeah. But it was a year ago that, that I was at NAMM. 1 year ago. Crazy, right? Crazy. Anyways, all right, I'm going to go here. I want to come on and say hi to everyone. I got a new video coming out tomorrow. What makes a song great video. I'm going to do some work on it right now. But this is really fun, this one. Oh, it's one of my favorite songs. I can't wait. Check it out when it comes out. It's really one of my absolute favorite songs. What's up, Tom? Good to see you. Well, I do a video on Meshuggah. I will. Hint? No hints. I talked about it actually on Instagram earlier. But yeah, it's one of my absolute favorite songs. And I got the tracks from the guitar player in the band. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. See ya.